Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Be Honest podcast. Today I have Susannah. I don't want to butcher your last name. How do you
That's
say your
okay.
last name?
Joffe. No one's ever gotten it right, so like it is all
Jo-
good, girl.
Joffe or Joffe?
Joffe, like coffee.
Coffee, but Joffe.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
period.
Yes.
Susannah Joffe. That's an easier way. That's good. Coffee, Joffe,
No,
period.
my
Okay.
plan is to like start a coffee brand when I'm famous. So, but a decaf coffee brand for anxious girls because I can't drink coffee.
I was about to say, I love my coffee, but I get anxious like so easily. But,
I haven't had
anyways.
caffeinated coffee in like 8 years.
Oh my God, so like it's bad for you.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh my goodness. So how do you stay like up and like
Oh,
alive?
I don't. I think because I'm so anxious. I'm like it's like excitement and anticipation. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I do it. I've been doing it for a while now.
I get it. Okay, amazing. All right. Well, you are a queer artist with a super unique style and sound. You're also an Austinite, which people are probably like, "What?" That just means someone who used to live in Austin, Texas. It's funny. Whenever we had our call, it was 512 and I was like, "There's no way. Like there has to be like a mistake." And you were like, "No, girl, like I'm from Austin."
Also,
And
yeah, yes.
I was like, wow, that's amazing. Anyways, you're killing it in the music industry, so I'm excited to pick your brain and learn more about you. So everyone welcome Susannah Joffe.
Yay! Do
Where
it.
did you grow up? I already kind of told people Austin. Can you kind of give us the rundown? Like, did you
Yeah,
actually fully grow up in Austin or like what is the background?
yeah. I was born in Virginia, but I moved to Austin when I was like 4 years old and went to high school there. I went to college there. So like I am an Austin gal. Like my mom's side of the family is outside of Dallas, and like when I say outside of Dallas, I mean like outside. Like we're bringing guns to Thanksgiving outside of Dallas. Yes, but yeah, I feel like I grew up. I was actually talking about this yesterday. I grew up in a kind of insane environment in Austin. My parents got really randomly involved in this very like art community. Like it was just all these like very like esoteric, eccentric, avant-garde artists that my parents became kind of absorbed by. And so I was grew up going to like these insane theme parties for my friends and like being around these like insane houses that literally look like something out of like Alice in Wonderland and Dr. Seuss. And just there was always this like theatrical stuff happening around me my entire life. Like I remember when I was in high school, like when my mom's best friends asked if I would be in this performance art piece she was doing where I'd be like laying in bed making out with someone. My mom was like, "No, girl, she won't do that." But yeah, I feel like I just like I was very much in the keep Austin weird. Like I was in the weird, and I think that's like a huge part of why I my project like is so theatrical and visual, etc.
I literally love that. Literally what you just described are is like Austin. It's like the rich, weird people, and I love it.
Literally.
Love
And
it.
also like on the music side, my dad, I always have to clarify, not a nepo baby, he's a realtor, but like his passion, his like his passion project is music. And he, when I was a kid, would take me to songwriting competitions at like Threadgills and Stubbs and all these. I mean, the Stubbs is still here, but like a bunch of old venues and that like literally don't exist anymore. And so I would all the time be like listening to a lot of like bluegrass and folk and country of just like local musicians. And I feel like that also has been super influential for me.
I'm listening. My animals just, of
No,
course, want to
was
like do backflips at this
I
exact
love it. I
time.
love it. I'm a dog. Well, I'm a dog and cat girl, but I'm a dog girl at heart. So
It's like,
I respect.
girl, we got like other bedrooms. Like, why does it have to be in here? You
She
know?
wants
But
to hang. She wants to hang.
yeah, they all just want to hang out. No, but I love that. I love that that's your background, especially in Austin, because it's funny. Austin can be either or. It's like you can. It's there's just so many interesting people in Austin. And there's just so many outlets that you can go to. You know what I mean? So
No,
it's
totally.
I love that.
I
That's
like
really cool.
I had a scary arc. Like I full transparency, like I was in a sorority for 2 semesters or 3 semesters when I was closeted. And so like I experienced that side of Austin too.
Oh
And
yeah.
it has its fun, but ultimately that lifestyle is not, it's not for me.
It's not for you. Yeah, I was in a sorority as well whenever I was closeted as well, so I totally understand. And yeah, there are some fun things that come along with it, but it was funny. I joined because my mom was like, "Kinley, you need to like make friends. Like you
Yeah.
need to make friends." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." So I joined and I met like my best friend and we both like dropped out of our sorority. We were like,
All the girls I met that like were cool, we all just dropped out.
yeah, 100%. We found our people and then we were like, "Bye."
Yeah, it was a terrible sorority. I like all shade. All shade. It was a terrible place.
It's
So
so
very
funny.
grateful to have dipped, but also to be able to like being able to tell people in New York that I like did Rush. I did like Texas Rush. They're like, "Oh my God, like tell me everything." And I'm like, "Girl, you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know."
Wait, so did you go to UT?
Yeah, I went to UT in Austin.
Oh, you're like a smart bitch.
Hook 'em. Yeah, I was in the film program there, which
That's a
was,
Just so cool.
yeah, it was great. It was great.
It was great. Did you graduate or were you like, no?
I was a double major actually. I was like nose in books. That's actually
Oh,
not true. I was partying a lot, but I was also killing it with the grades. And I wanted to drop out, but my manager and my parents were like, literally, don't do that. That'd be fucking stupid. Um, so I did the whole 4 years, and low key crushed it. Low key crushed it.
that's amazing. Good for you. I love that you were partying, but also like getting your grades like done, you know?
I think I really just did it for the validation. Like, I think there's something so unique about the validation of like getting a good grade that I have not found like a kind of equivalent in my adult life, but I miss it so much.
Um, I had a girl on and she was talking to me about how she went to college for the validation as well. She was like, I felt like I needed to go to like feel like I was making my parents happy. And it's like this norm to go to college. And I don't know if that's like exactly what you were saying, but it is
I
common.
I genuinely like I really wanted to go to film school. Like I was pretty dead set on doing film my whole life. Like that was like my trajectory. Like I was like the kid in like fourth grade being like, I want to win an Oscar for best film editor. Like that was like my niche. So I was excited to go to school. I didn't really want to go to UT, but it was like financially the only real option for me. Um, and yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. Like, I think there was a moment where I was like, damn, I wish I had like gone to like some like really uppity liberal arts school, but I don't feel that way anymore because I think I meet a lot of people that went to those schools and I feel like they like haven't haven't seen life in its full form.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. And UT is like a cool place to be. Like it's in the heart of Austin. Like there's it's I don't know. I mean, I didn't graduate there, so I don't fucking know what I'm talking about, but it seems
Oh,
like
it's great.
it's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
great. It's great. And there's a really cool like DIY music scene there. Like
Hmm.
there's not enough gay people. I feel like it got pretty uh what's it called when something like eats itself? That it got whatever that is. And I was like, I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah, I can't think of that
There's a
word.
word for that. There's a word for that, and that's what happened. And then I left. Now I'm here, and I'm in New York. In New York.
So after UT, you moved to New York.
Yes.
That's amazing. And during college, were you an artist?
I started writing songs during when I like during COVID, which was my sophomore year of college, and then I feel like I started like taking it seriously like my senior year of college.
Gotcha.
Um and then when I moved to New York, I was like, yes, we're taking it seriously. But I feel like it didn't start like happening until like a year ago. But I've been like at it for probably like 3.5 years, which is honestly not that much time considering. But yeah, I mean, I've always been creative in some way. Like almost went to like a visual arts, like school for visual arts program. Like I've always been like painting and making films and doing photo shoots with my friends and whatever, you know.
Yeah,
And writing songs was just like the last piece of the puzzle.
I love that. I love that. We are going to now jump into your sexuality. So let's do it. Okay, when did you realize you were gay?
Um, I realized I was queer when I was. It's complicated. I think I realized to some degree when I was like during COVID because I was quarantined with my best friend who I was in love with, and we
Mhm.
were in a very intense, confusing romantic relationship that we never really defined, but like I consider her my first girlfriend. But I think I still at that point I was like, oh, like I'm just attracted to you. Because I had a boyfriend before that who I was with for a long time and I loved very, very much. And I had never even really considered I had considered girls before, but not in like a way that I was like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
Except for one time when I was drunk and I cried in high school and was like, I'm bisexual. But other than that, yeah, I think that after we like maybe like the summer, like the end of the summer of COVID, I was like, oh shit. Like it's not just her. Like
Mm.
it's just like I like women a lot. And then I think my sexuality is something I'm still kind of like figuring out because since then I've only dated women, but I like have been attracted to men and like I loved my first boyfriend. You know what I mean? So it's just
Yeah.
like I'm like this doesn't make any sense. But so I just like use the term queer because I'm like anything else I get really confused, but
Yeah.
it's been a great journey and like it, it's just like if you knew me in high school, you low key would have like never guessed. You'd have been like, "There's no way."
There's literally no way.
There's no way. I wore high heels every single day.
Oh, you were like a bougie bitch.
I would wear like mini skirts and like bodycon dresses and high heels.
I mean, period. That's kind of cool.
I mean, yeah, I guess I was serving like femme to like the nth degree. Like
Yeah.
I was a bad bitch. Yeah, I was a bad
So
bitch.
funny. You go into high school with like a mini skirt and like fucking
Dude,
stilettos.
I literally didn't own like sneakers until college.
Yeah.
Definitely ebbs and flows. Like I go through periods where I'm like, I cannot wear a skirt, will not wear a skirt, and I have periods where I'm like, I'm gonna wear a push-up bra and a slutty little dress, you
Period.
know, which is like so fun.
So fun. It is. It's just
So
so fun.
fun.
Okay, so when did you like fully come out?
I like had a conversation with my parents on Thanksgiving. I like I
Thanksgiving.
I was like we rented this Airbnb in San Francisco and I remember I was like upstairs by myself and I was watching Blue's Warmest Color and then I finished the movie and I was like, "Yup." And then I walked downstairs and I was like, "Hey guys." Like I'm like seeing a girl and I like boys and girls. And my parents slash like my everyone except for I would say my siblings were like all my extended family too. I feel like everyone very much was like, oh, this is a phase. Like
Oh,
they would say like you're a lug, like lesbian until graduation. Like really because I was so boy crazy like all of my life. Even I went to an all girls school for middle school and elementary school. And I mean that just made me like more boy crazy.
yeah.
So everyone was like, there's no fucking way. And I low key feel like maybe my parents still maybe think that, like still think I'm gonna end up with a man or still think like it's a temporary thing. But I think like I'm on to like the third girlfriend now, so I'm like I don't think this is going anywhere, you guys. Like
Yeah, no, I get that. I also had a boyfriend for a super long time, and I was also super boy crazy as well growing up. And my parents kind of had like the same reaction. Like they were
yeah,
accepting, but I think my mom now she fully knows that I'm like totally like I identify as a lesbian. So she's like, "Yeah, you're a lesbian. Heard, got it. Like I understand." But when I came out, she was like, you were so boy crazy. Like there's no way that
yeah.
you can be this boy crazy and then like and I'm
No, I
like,
mean I get the confusion. I'm
yeah,
like, yeah,
I'm like,
what's the point?
yeah, I'm like, you know what? You got a valid
Yeah,
point. But I'm like, Yeah, mom, I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell
I
you
don't
either, you
know.
know?
It's
Like
kind of like a flip, at least for me. I literally felt like a flip switch in my brain. Like I literally felt like it was like the second that I had like this like gay awakening, this like first queer relationship, and like it's like I saw the world differently. Like
yeah.
all of a sudden I realized all these women that I was attracted to, and like I don't know. I just like I literally like I swear to God I was not seeing the world that way until after I'd like unlocked this experience, and then it was like totally different. Like everything was new.
Yeah, and
I
it's
was like a kid
funny.
in a candy shop. I was like, oh my God, all these bad bitches. All these bad bitches around me. Yeah.
No, it's so funny because it is true. Like you have your first girl experience and you're like, whoa, like, okay, this changes my
Everything.
entire
Yeah.
future. Like I have to
No,
rethink my
literally.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has literally changed. Yeah. It has changed everything.
Yeah. And that's why I feel like, and this honestly should be my hot take, but I honestly feel like every woman in this world should have a one girl experience.
I
Just,
agree because it literally is like, again, like truly, like, I don't know. Like I said, it unlocked, like, I saw everything differently after that. And I'm like, I have so many straight friends that are like, I just could never imagine it. And I was like, bitch, I was saying that shit too.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I was saying that shit too. Have one homoerotic friendship and kiss a little bit, and you will be singing a different tune. Yeah.
100%. Like just give it a chance. It could literally, open a different like
Yeah.
portal.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm with you.
Love that. Okay, great. Um, okay, so when you realized you were gay or queer, sorry, I'll use the word queer. When you realized you were queer, did you have any internalized homophobia?
Oh my God. So bad. So bad. So bad. I was like, I remember when I first started suspecting, which I'm honestly thinking back, and I'm like, this was like before I had like had sex with a girl or like been like dated this girl or anything. I don't really know what it was. It was the summer before. Oh, I do know what it was. I had kissed my best friend who I had ended up dating. We had kissed at a frat party and she didn't remember it. And I remember being like, oh shit. And then I drunkenly wrote in my notes app, I think I'm in love with blah, 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 blah. And then I saw it when I was sober and I deleted it. Whoa, this is like taking me back. I'm like, I was that bad. But I downloaded Hinge that summer and I said it to girls and boys. And I started talking to this girl and I was like, hey, like, I have no idea if I'm into this. She was like, me neither. And we were texting. And I remember my friend was like, who are you texting? And I got so panicked and I made up a whole lie and was like, I think I like changed her name on my phone. Like I was like, nobody can find out that I'm talking to this girl. And then I joined a bunch of Facebook groups that weren't even fucking related to being gay. Like all these support groups about like codependency and like fucking anything I could get my hands on. And I was like, I think I like girls, but like I'm so scared to tell my friends because I'm scared they'll think I'm like perverted and that I like want to sleep with them and like will see me differently or won't be my friend anymore, blah 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 blah. And so many people responding being like, girl, if your friends think that, like literally fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how I came out to them. I don't like I actually like don't remember, but I definitely was like very very scared and very much felt like, and even after I came out, like I had so much internalized homophobia in the sense that like I really had a hard time accepting that I was into women. Like even when I was like fully living with a woman during COVID and like madly in love, I was like, no, this is not happening. This is just like a phase. This is just this one girl, like whatever. Like everyone has like that one girl. You know what I mean? Like I could not accept it.
Yeah.
Um Now I feel great. Now I'm like, this is what God intended. Like
Like,
literally.
like if there's a God, thank you.
Like I was talking to my girlfriend who identifies as a lesbian, and I'm like, do you ever like get in your head where you're like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm gay? Because that happens to me like all the time. I'm just like, whoa, this is crazy. And she's like, no, she's like, yes, but she was also like, it seems so much more unnatural for a man to be with a woman. It seems so much more natural and like normal
Mhm.
for, and it just like makes more sense for women to be together.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I
yeah,
agree.
that's actually so fucking true.
You're like, thank you, babe, for
Yeah,
making
thanks,
this clear
girl.
for me.
Two princess queen. Yeah, literally.
That's so funny. No, honestly, internalized homophobia, like it's crazy. And I had a conversation with another guest that I had on about it. And we were trying to, like, literally, the episode was like, we were trying to figure out where it comes from. And we came to the realization that it's just like societal norms that make us feel like we, are weirdos. And it's like what you said, you were nervous to come out because you didn't want people to think that like you were perverted and weird. Like that is so sad that like people
I know.
have to think that way, and like we wouldn't ever think this if people were just fucking nice and fucking like stayed to themselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, luckily, like, I feel like being gay is like super fucking cool now. In most in pop culture and in like bigger cities, etc. But
Yeah.
like even like where my girlfriend is from, like there was like no like it was not cool at all. And now she says she sees like a bunch of people like there's like gay couples going to prom and shit. Like it's a lot better now.
Do you think people like this is a controversial topic, but do you think people jump on like I don't even know how to word this. Like, do you think people see that being gay is like trendy, cool, and so they jump on it and they try to like
I
fit
don't
in,
know.
I
I think like
guess?
I for the most part I think it's just like open people up to like being fine with questioning and exploring.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe like people are more eager to label very quickly. I think I will say this, like I have met a lot of people. Me and some of my gay friends will refer to some people as fake bisexuals because like I know a lot of girls that the second they hear I'm gay or whatever, like they're really quickly to be like, oh my God, like I, made out with this girl once and like she, like I'm bi, like we made out, like, but she was just like too intense. And I'm just like, not, you know what I mean? Like there's most people I met, I'm like, love you, girl. I'm right there with you. But there are some where I'm like, okay, kiss a girl challenge, go on a date with a girl challenge, a single date with a girl, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
But
Yep.
I'm also like, if you want to explore, if you want to question, if you want to call yourself whatever for the time being, like it's fluid for a reason. I mean,
Yeah.
some labels are, but
Yeah.
do your thing. You're not hurting anybody, do your thing.
Yeah, period. That's so true. Yeah, I've had, especially in college, whenever I did come out, dropped out of my sorority and came out, it was funny. The girls that figured out that I was gay, they were like, yeah, like it's kind of like what you said. I've kissed girls
Yeah.
before and like I kind of think I'm gay as well. And I'm like, period, amazing. But it's also like you kiss
Yeah.
a girl and like I don't know, it was like you kissed a girl, but like did you feel something or are you just saying you think you're bi because you kissed a girl? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what is
I
the extent of
Yeah,
this?
I think like for me, like I remember like my sister at one point was like, after I came out, she was like, "Oh my God, like I'm bi." And let me just clarify, she's not. She doesn't identify as bi. She is straight. She's a straight woman. And I started like crying because I was just like, it is so frustrating to have really like been in mental turmoil trying to gather the courage to like come out and like
Mhm.
own the fact that I'm into women and then for you to like very flippantly be like, oh, I like made out with this one girl one time, therefore I'm bi. When like, I mean, maybe it's like coming from a place of jealousy where I'm like, it was so hard for me to get to this point, and it's like I don't see it as this like light, like oh yeah, whatever thing. Like it was never that for me. Like it was really really hard for me.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like obviously like a big part of my identity. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Everyone, love is love. Do what you
Love
want to do.
love is love, period. Amazing. Okay. So when you came out, you said that a lot of your family was like, this is a phase. And you said your mom, you think she still kind of believes that you're going to end up with a man. Did you have like any support at all?
I did. My sister was really supportive and my brother was really supportive, but even so, I don't know, to be honest, like after I came out, I was really 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 depressed for a year because of like I was also going through that breakup, but I felt really isolated because all of my friends were straight. I will say like one of them has come out as bi since then or two of them, but like all of my friends for the most part were straight, and I just felt like I did not know queer people. Like I just felt so alone, and like I had questions, like I had no one to talk to. I remember like asking my sister, who is way way older than me, like, do you have gay friends that I can talk to, because like I have so many questions and whatever. And it was like my sister was supportive, but she was also like would say like the D slur, like not knowing it was bad, and like would just, she's straight. Like it was just like she's straight and like wasn't clued into a lot of things. And like I still had some of my closest friends be like, oh, well, did you ever want to hook up with me? And like that shit. So I didn't have anyone that was really like championing me, I guess. And it was like the only queer person I knew was my now ex-girlfriend. So I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Um, and that is like a large part of why I left Austin. Like I felt like like by the time I was a senior in college, like all the groups had kind of been decided, and I feel like the kind of queer community there was very clicky and also judgmental. It was like if you didn't dress a certain way, like if I wanted to bring my straight friends to just like a party and they like weren't wearing a certain outfit, it was like I was deemed like uncool. And I was just like, I need to move to New York and I need to have gay friends, because I'm like in like a deeper way in my soul, I'm very lonely.
Hmm.
And I am so much happier here. Like I'm the happiest I've been since I was like 17 probably. And I think it's
Oh.
because like I'm so enmeshed in the queer community here, and like half like most of my friends are gay.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how important that is. And I actually don't think I've actually thought about it until right now, because I've never thought about when I came out and like if I had support. And I didn't. And I literally did not.
Yeah.
And life is awesome, and now I have a really hot girlfriend and we're so up. But it was tough out. It was really hard.
Yeah. No, I know coming out can be really tough, especially if you don't have that support. So sorry that you had to go through that. But look at you now, girl.
Yeah, I'm like chilling as fuck now. So it is all good. It's all
So
good.
speaking of your smoking hot girlfriend, how did y'all meet?
Okay, so if we okay, basically like my one of my best friends like was slowly becoming really close with my girlfriend over the summer. They were hanging out a bunch, and I saw her that my girlfriend on Hinge, and I like texted. Saw her on Instagram, and like my friend followed her. I was like, "Hey, what is up with this Badiana?" And she was like, she's bad news, girl. Don't talk to her. Like, she is a hoe. She's whatever. And I was like, oh shit. And she had a really bad reputation. She was not on her best behavior last summer. But we matched on Hinge, and she kind of flaked on me for two, like what was supposed to be our first date, two times. And all my friends were like, this is an evil girl. You cannot. And we started calling her evil girl. Like that was like her nickname. I was like, oh, fucking evil girl, send me up again. But I was like, she's so hot. I don't care.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I'm just gonna like destroy myself mentally, and then when the fall comes, I'm gonna be like girl sober, and I'm gonna like focus on myself, whatever. Like that, I told everyone that I was like, I'm gonna like have this like really fucked up thing with this girl for like 2 months, and then like I'll be devastated, and like I'll just like work on myself in the fall. And so we finally went on a date, and it went super well, and then we just like kept going on dates, and then she was the one who was like, I really want to be exclusive. Well, she didn't say that, but she was like, we should be exclusive, and I was like,
Mhm.
no,
Oh,
fuck
period.
them, no. um and then I was like, wait, I'm so stupid, we should be exclusive.
You're like, wait a second. I do. Come back.
I have a little, here's us. So cute, are you kidding me?
So cute. Where was that?
I don't know. Oh, this was at some birthday party that her ex was at, actually. And I'm chill about it. I actually am chill about it. That is the other thing. I'm like, whoa. Suddenly I like didn't know what it's like to be so secure in a relationship, where I'm like, I actually don't give a fuck. Her, her ex is also my next door neighbor.
Wait, her ex.
Is my next door neighbor.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, I'm like, how do I respond to that?
No, it's like very chill, but it's
How
it's just
long?
like
How
eliminate
long did
all
they date?
very briefly.
Okay.
I think it was 6 months, like
Okay.
knowing each other to end.
Yeah. Yeah. How long have you and your partner been together?
The answer is tough because it's like we only started officially dating in January, but it's like we were like basically dating for like 3 months leading up to that, and we started seeing each other last July.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
we've been romantically involved for like 8 months, but I would say like six of them were like, we're in this, and like four were like the official we're in this.
Oh,
So it's
does
like days.
does she live in New York?
Yes, she does.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, go you. I love that you found yourself a crazy girl that you were able to chill down a little bit.
No, I literally like pinned her down. I literally won. I told her I was like, me and my friends, like when we were first talking, like we were just like, Susanna, you have to beat her. Like you have to win. And I was like, I won, bitch.
You're like,
You
I
asked for
won.
exclusive, I won.
That is so funny. The way that you were describing, you were like, she was an evil girl. At one
And it's
point,
actually
yeah,
like
like she was hoeing around. I was like,
when you
you know
meet
what?
her, you're like, there's no like she's like the sweetest fucking like cherry blossom of a woman. Like she's like a fucking angel. She was just on bad behavior. She just has to get it out of her system.
And you know what? I feel like everyone has to do that at one point
Oh,
in their life.
I have been such a little fucking bitch. Like I have been so shady. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. In college when I was single after that breakup, I was a nightmare. I was a nightmare from hell. I was literally from hell.
Especially after breakups, like that's when
Oh
people
my
are
God.
like, I want to go insane.
Someone should have like beaten the shit out of me, honestly. It's like I deserved to get like slapped around. Like it was not my best. It was not my best.
It's okay. It's okay. Again, everyone has to go through
You
a
live and you
crazy.
learn.
Yes.
And I lived and I have learned. And now I'm booed up. So
Boot up. Okay. Um, I want us to talk about your music because you're obviously a queer artist. So let's talk about it. So, how and what made you get started in music?
So it's actually like a very specific incident.
Okay.
And it's like so fucking gay. And I say that as in the like
Y-
gay used as a slur kind of. Like I'm,
We're using slurs on this
I'm
episode.
like it was just like so fucking like of course, bitch.
Okay, I see.
I this artist Holly Humberstone that I love posted this cover of Alewife by Clairo. And I like literally like did not know who Clairo was. I had my friend had played Bags like when it first came out, and I was like, this fucks. But I still was like, I don't know who this is. I heard this cover of Alewife, and I was like, oh my God, something's happening to me. And I was like, I have to go listen to this song. And I listened to Alewife, and it's like about her wanting to kill herself, basically. And I was like, shit, that sucks. Um, but I had had this like really traumatic 3 year friendship with someone in my life who was suicidal when I was in high school. And I was like the only person they were being fully honest with it about. And it was also like their parents were super not helpful. And so I took this whole situation on, and it was like so fucked up and so traumatic and like crazy shit, like stuff that probably fucked me up for life in a little way, in a little bit. But I heard the song and I was like, oh, I like need to like work through that. Like I'm still fucked up from that from like a year ago. Like I need to like get this out of my system. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna write a song about it. And so I wrote a song called 1 2 3 4 5, never been released. That was like the working title. And I'll maybe release it at some point. But I wrote that about it, and it felt so good. I was like crying while writing it. It was just like this really like I was being like it was like an exorcism basically. Like getting the bad vibes out.
Yeah.
And I posted a clip on my Instagram, like my personal Instagram, which is now my music Instagram. And so many people were like, "Bro, this is so good." I was like, "Okay, okay." And then I just like couldn't stop. Like I did that, and then I was just writing like literally every other day.
Okay.
And it was kind of like the second I started it, I was like, oh, this is like what I am meant to do, and I cannot do anything else.
Oh my goodness, that's interesting. So, how would you describe your musical niche to someone who like
I don't know.
doesn't.
It's tough because it's like it's always evolving, and I think like one thing that's very important to me as an artist is like not fitting in one genre box, but I think like as a whole it's very cinematic, it's very dreamy. Um like it kind of plays between being very grounded in reality versus being like very cheeky and kind of tongue in cheek, like a little wink, you know?
Hmm.
Like on my upcoming EP, there's like dream pop, there's shoegaze rock, there's a country song. Like it's kind of all meshed together. But I think like a huge part of my musical niche is like my visuals and the kind of the world around it of this like Americana meets like this kind of like dirtier side of Texas with like the glam Dallas that I grew up around, etc. Um,
It's so true. That's literally a good description of your niche. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because when I wrote
Yeah.
this question, I was like, I really want to know how she's going to describe this because like I didn't I was like I don't know how I would describe your niche to somebody else. Like it's so
Yeah.
unique. I was like I don't know how I would describe this. So, period. Good job.
Thank you.
um
Yay.
what is the story behind your most popular song?
So Die Your Daughter, I wrote with my friend Chella, and she also produced it. And like she's a huge like that song would have never happened without her. Like she's a genius. And I just remember like I came to her as our first time working together, and we honestly didn't really know each other that well. And I was like, I want to write a song about preemptively grieving my parents. And I have this chord progression I recorded in Nashville. So let's do something with that. And we were in this like tiny, tiny at home studio, and we wrote it in a day and did like 3 sessions total and finished it. And, I like started sharing it, and immediately like the trans community was like, this is our song. And I was like, that is not what I wrote it about, but yeah, it's your song now. And then it kind of just like a year later, like got picked up by so many different fandoms. Like The Last of Us, which love that TV show. Yellow Jackets, love that TV
Wait, what
show.
do you mean it got picked up by them? What do you mean?
Like these just like I don't know, like the people that love these shows that make like edits and stuff started like using the song all the time, and
Oh,
then
I see.
it just like blew up.
Yeah.
And it's been an awesome experience. We're working on a music video for it that I think is going to be like fucking incredible. So I'm really excited about that. And yeah, it's been surreal in the
So
sense that
it
I really don't understand that it's real. Like what's going on?
you're like, am I even here? Is this a
Yeah,
dream?
yeah.
So you said it's about grieving your parents? Is that what you said?
I just thought like preemptively grieving your parents. Like my parents are a lot older. Like my mom had me at 41, and so I feel like now that I've left home, when I come back, there's been more space between. I'm like seeing them age. And when I came back and like noticed that my mom looked visibly older, I was like crushed because you're just like reminded like your parents are going to die one day. And I am really close with my parents. And it's also funny because everyone has used that song to be like, fuck my parents, like whatever. But I'm like, no, it's all love over here. It's all love. It's all love.
It's funny how people can interpret songs so differently.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, girl, take it and listen to it however you want, I guess, you know?
But we're
Like,
kind of like for the music video, I was like, I want this to be like for the people that love this song. And like the people that love this song are people that are like struggling with complex relationships with their parents, like struggling with like their queerness and their family. And so like the music video is really about that because like I feel like that's what resonated with people.
yeah, no, I totally get that. What is your favorite song to perform live?
Probably homophasia. I feel
Okay.
like that one I get like really cheeky with it, and I get to like jump around, and I just think it sounds really good live. I also think like that is my favorite song of mine, and it is Slept On. So it's like when I sing it live, I'm like, yes, you guys, like this is the moment for homophasia. Um, yeah, I think that one is my favorite, or Call Me Pretty, which I just put out because I did like kind of like an acoustic version live, and it was like so haunting and fun, and I really get to like sing. Like I get to like flex my vocalist muscles, which is always very fun.
So, are you on tour right now?
I just got back.
Oh, wow. And where did you go?
I did a college show in Philly, and then I did Nashville, Chicago, Toronto, New York, Boston, and DC.
That's so freaking cool. That is so freaking cool.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah. So, what is life like on tour? Like, what are the
I
pros
mean,
and
I
cons?
think that one was kind of unique because I was like, with the budget I was working with, I was like, okay, I have to do some shows solo. Like, I don't want to rent a car because I can't drive by myself those long hours. So I was like flying to and from. And then once I got to the East Coast, we were driving. So it was like not a regular tour, I feel like. Like, I feel like the last or one of the last tours I did, it was like very much like, oh, we're all a band. We're all in this van. We're like eating like shit every day and not really sleeping.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, that was better. Like the flying by myself, I was so just like fucking exhausted. Um, but it's actually really just like a testament to like how fucking powerful live music is because it's like I was so fucking tired. I was like flying really early, getting to the venue, whatever, selling merch, going home, flying, etc., etc. But it's like, and every single day I'd be like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do the show. I'm so tired. And then every single day without fail, it's like the audience would be there, and immediately there's just this like connection and this palpable energy, and you're able to like whoosh, you
Yeah.
just like you boss up every time.
You boss up. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't even imagine traveling like exhausts me, even if it's like a 2 hour plane ride. Like I travel
dude.
days are just exhausting.
And then after that, I flew. The last show was in DC. I flew straight from DC to Norway to go hiking with my sister for a week. And I that it was two flights to get there in a boat. So it's like I was in DC, I flew to Copenhagen, I flew from Copenhagen to Bodo, Norway, and then I took a 4 hour boat from all in one day from there to the island we were going to. And I was just like, holy shit.
Is that the backpacking that you were talking about?
That was like the precursor. So like that was like my baby hiking trip, and then I'm going backpacking this summer with my two best friends.
Who is your dream person to collab with? Like a song.
Mm, this is a good question.
Mhm.
Oh, let me think. Oh gosh.
I
I
know.
don't know.
I know.
So many. I think like doing something with the Chicks would be awesome because that's like I grew up listening to them a lot. I think doing something like more realistically, like something with Role Model would be really fun.
Mm.
I think obviously like something with Chapel Roan would be awesome because people are always commenting that I should do that. Um,
Yeah, that'd be iconic.
I like Dream would be Lady Gaga, period. Like of course, but there's too many.
Yeah. You're like, girl, I can't tell you because I don't know.
There's too many.
What would you say is next for you musically?
Well, I've already started writing for my next project. I think like I don't know. I think like amazing, awesome, epic things are gonna happen with this next project. Like I just like the songs that like I have been working on for it already. I'm just like these are so fucking cool, and I'm just really really excited. I feel like I've been up until this like the EP that's about to come out. I feel like I've really been kind of like scrambling, trying to figure out like what feels most authentic to me, and I feel like I'm like this close to honing it in, and I feel like the EP that's coming out is like very, very, very close to it. And the next one is like, I feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited. I
Oh,
feel like I've also like, I've found like producers that I really, really love and trust, which is huge. And I'm excited to tour more. I'm excited to put out more music videos and like just continue to like build the visual world of Susannah Joffe. Um, yeah.
I love that. So, do you write your own music?
Yeah. I do. I mainly write alone, but I like Dire Daughter was co-written. I'm like, what else? Deer in Headlights was co-written with my dad, actually, and my football team was co-written with my dad. But this EP, There's only one, Horses Can't Outrun Me is the only song that was co-written, and the rest I wrote solo, I think. Yes.
I think.
But I'm trying to co-write more because I feel like it's fun. Like for the
Yeah.
songs that I have worked on for the next EP, a lot of them are co-writes, which has been super fun and like pushes me to like expand my writing style.
Yeah, totally. That's so cool. Okay, so you talked about how, or maybe I brought it up on the phone when I honestly I don't know, but you guys have, or you have, hopefully I'm gonna say this correctly, 1 million listeners a month or something?
Yeah, 1 million monthly listeners. Yeah.
Girl. And is that like on Spotify, Apple? Like, what does that
That's
mean?
that's just on Spotify. I mean, it's tough because it's like that number is very like I'm pumped. Listen, I'm pumped. That's fucking awesome. But it's like the amount of monthly listeners you have, it's like it doesn't really correspond to like how many like fans you have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like there are people that have like 150,000 monthly listeners that are selling out
Yeah.
like 1,000 cat venues. Um, but I think like having there are a lot of eyes on me right now, and it's really exciting, and it's like just lending to a lot of new opportunities and a lot of doors opening, and is also just like it's a fun accomplishment to be like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. That is amazing. Like that is, I feel like 1 million monthly listeners. I'm like trying to make sure I say this right. That's insane.
I know. And low key, not to like glaze myself, but it keeps going up.
Ah, period.
Which I try not to look at because I'm like, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, this
But it
rocks.
does matter because I mean, you've put in so much work. So it's cool to see like the numbers go up.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's like that is largely coming from Dire Daughter, but it's like all my singles are doing better than like all the past singles from my last
Yeah.
project did. So there is like super consistent growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about your branding. We kind of talked about, your niche and all that stuff, how it's very unique, but you love your wigs. You
I
love
do.
them. So is there
And that
something?
is like it's like it runs in my family. That is the fucking truth. Like my mom is fucking obsessed with wigs, and she like owns like 5 of them for fun. And then like my sister, but like it's just like me, all the women in my family, aka me, my mom, my sister, like we are copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And I just like I grew up loving to play dress up. Like I love to play dress up. I love to put on a costume. I love theme parties. I love photo shoots. Like brings me so much joy. In like it's like a huge part of who I am, I would say. And the reason I started using wigs was because I can't fucking do my hair, and I kept trying to like do these like huge swooping curls, and it's like, oh my god, like I tried so many times, it looked like fucking arse every single time. It looked like shit. And I was like googling, I was like, Dolly Parton has like the most iconic hair. How does her hair look so fucking good all the time? And she wears wig, and I didn't know that. And I was like, period, I'm buying a Dolly Parton wig. And I had this drag queen in Lubbock, Texas make me a Dolly Parton wig. And I was like, yeah, I'm like addicted to this. And then I had her make me a second wig, addicted to it. And then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a third wig. And so I have a new wig being shipped to me this week that I'm very excited about. And I just did a shoot in the second wig, but yeah, I fucking love wigs. Yeah, I
I
mean, like,
fucking love wigs.
yeah, I do. They're awesome. Like, we need to normalize wigs. Like, everyone should be buying wigs.
Everyone, you know what?
Dude, it's so fun. There was this girl at my college actually who would just wear wigs all the time for fun, and not in like oh, I'm going out in the club, like I'm gonna put on like a like wig party. Like, no, she was like posting up in class with like long purple hair.
You
I was
know?
like, you rock.
Yeah, I
You
respect it.
rock.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all just start wearing just really fucking amazing wigs.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so fun. I have so much fun.
And it kind of makes sense. It's like if you don't want to do your hair, just put on a wig.
Yeah, and it's like it completely transforms a look. It's like it fully puts you in the world. Like hair is so important, and it's like the hair will put you back in a different era. which is
Yeah.
like I want to create this like sense of nostalgia with everything I do, and it's like hair is so important in doing that.
Yeah. So how would you like describe your look? I know we talked about like your music niche, but how would you
Totally.
describe your look to someone who doesn't know you?
I feel like it's like you take Dallas, like pageant girl, who then like falls and it falls in a dirt road and has to hitchhike her way home.
I was about to say something about like hitchhiking with like a truck driver or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. She's like she just got out of the pageant, but her parents are gone. She ran away from home and she like has to hitchhike her way on like an 18-wheeler.
And then she falls in
And
the
then she
dirt.
falls repeatedly in the dirt and goes home to her little cabin and like sluts out.
You know what? Period.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
That
Um
is that's it. I mean, I don't
that
know
was
how else I could put it. That's like
no, that
that.
was great. That was great. That was amazing. Do you have any like inspiration behind your look?
I think Dolly Parton is huge.
Yeah.
Like I think specifically like the way like femininity is communicated in her look. I think like before because like if you look through my old stuff, it's been a journey. Like the first merch I ever put out was it was like a the design was a pink card, like playing card. It was like a cowgirl and then like a queen of hearts. So it's like that's always been there, but it's like I've kind of explored the more like grungier side of it with like the camo and the mud and all that. And then like I'm kind of exploring the more like floral feminine side of it. Um I feel like yeah, Dolly is a huge inspiration. Madonna I think is a huge inspiration for me as well. Um those two are huge for me. I grew up in Tumblr. Like I was like knee deep in that shit. And I think that is also like I love the fucking like corny classic Tumblr like cigarettes, like crying, drinking beer, like whatever the fuck. Like
Yeah.
I ate that shit up and I still do. So I feel like all of that kind of mushed together and like just like what I grew up around and like
Yeah.
my family. Um yes. The end. And great. End of statement.
That's funny. Okay. So your branding is obviously, or branding in general is obviously super important. So how would you say you come up with content online for branding or like just like promoting
Yeah,
your
yeah.
songs?
I mean, like I said, I went to film school and like that's what I wanted to do for my whole life. So I think like I am very visual and in like the least annoying way possible. Like it just kind of comes naturally to me. That's like a muscle I've like practiced flexing since I was like 15. I mean, way before that, but like I was in a film program in high school and like went to film for college. So I'm just like, I have trained myself to think that way. And I think I'm very eager to always be thinking that way because it is so fun to me. I think if it wasn't something I didn't enjoy as much, like I wouldn't have as many ideas and like wouldn't be constantly like making shit. But I
Yeah.
just like, I love it so much. Um, and I kind of like obsessively think about my project nonstop. Like it's like all I think about. So it's like I have so many voice memos and working notes tabs of just like ideas for like random visuals that will pop in my mind, and then I'll kind of be like, what song could I pair this with, or like how could I tweak this to like fit with XYZ. Um, yeah.
Okay. Do you post your like I'm assuming no one runs your social media, it's you.
No, it's me. Yeah, it's me.
Okay, amazing. Because obviously, I know that there's people out there that are like, I can't fucking deal with my social media, so can someone manage it for me? You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
I one thing I love about my social media is like getting to like talk to fans and like DM and like in my broadcast channel, like just like chat, like it's like a group chat. But the second I don't have to run my social media, I shan't be. I will not be running it. I
I will not be running it.
will
Yeah, I
not be
mean,
doing
honestly, yeah, if you have the money and the fucking opportunity to let someone else run it and you can just be focusing on other things, like, I get it. I respect it.
Yeah, I just like I don't want to be on my phone as much as I am. Is really what it boils down to. Like it's just like social media is addicting, and it's like I would rather spend that time doing anything else.
100%. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Okay, so I want to talk about your little backpacking extravaganza that's coming up. So, where are you going? You said you're going with your besties. So, where are you going? And then, like, how did you guys plan this?
I'm going with my best friends of 17 and 19 years.
Oh my
So
God.
we have been besties for like I live with one of them. We've been best friends since we were 4. We went to the girls' school together. They're but we're like one of them is like does a ton of my photography stuff. Like we're creative. We did photo shoots together growing up. She's still my photographer. Love her. We are going to the Dolomites in Italy because it's like a very good beginner's backpacking because I think like this is something I've been wanting to get into backpacking for a really long time, and it's definitely like an intimidating feat. So this is like a really good beginner's easy trail, like multi-day hike. And yeah, I honestly don't even know how I plan it. I think it's a miracle that it's even happening. It's one of those things that I was like, there's no fucking way this will happen. And then it just like did. Like I literally brought it up to one of my friends and I was like, we would have to book this in 2 weeks, but like we should do it. She's like, okay. And
That's amazing.
yeah, I have no idea what's gonna happen. I'm really out of shape. And I don't say that lightly. I am really out of shape. But
It's okay. You'll,
I'm a nature girl, which I think most people don't expect, but I love hiking. I love camping. So I'm really excited to kind of just like go off the grid
yeah.
for a week and a half and just like be in some mountains.
And yeah, in Italy, like, that's going to be amazing. Are
Yeah.
y'all like, obviously, you don't have to like tell me where y'all are staying, but like, are y'all staying in like hostels or like, what is that? Like, what is
Yeah,
the,
we're not camping. We're not camping.
okay, yeah.
That would be too much for this round just because like carrying all that gear for like the first time doing a multi-day hike, I just don't think is the move.
So whenever you're hiking, are you like, whoops, are you like going to different like towns or like how is this just, sorry, maybe you
I
already said
honestly
this.
don't really know, to be honest. Like no. Like I what I do know is that like there's different points where we can like take a like a these things, the
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the ski lift things to a town, but like we're not going to be in towns. Like we will be in the mountains.
Okay. Period. That's amazing. And is it
Yeah.
near the ocean or are you going to be like far away?
It is not near the ocean.
Okay.
I don't think.
You're like, girl, I don't even know.
I low key, I'm just like, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna go where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there, and see what happens.
See, that's amazing. I'm the type where I'm the one that's like, okay, we have to plan this and I have to make sure that we are finding a place to stay. And then this day, let's do this. And like, I'm okay if like things obviously like, but I have to go with the schedule or else I
I
will
like
like,
that half the time. It's like I oscillate between being like super fucking controlling and intense with plans, or like way too laid back that I'm like, we'll find a place to sleep. I don't know why. I don't know why I toggle between those two, but for this one, I've been very much like it's chill.
yeah, you're like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're at the end of our episode where I will give you a hot take. Or I'm gonna tell my people a hot take. Did you come prepared with a hot take or no?
No, but I on the fly, I'll give you one on the fly.
Okay. Mine is it's like totally random. Tipping should be abolished and workers should be paid living wage.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
And it's crazy because some people don't agree with it. That's hence why it's a hot take. But I literally think that it's insane that people get paid like $2 an hour and then they're
This puts
expecting
everyone in a bad position.
it's just and you're yeah, and you're like relying on these people to tip you well. It's just like it's just crazy. And then in Europe, and I'm sure in other places, waiters and waitresses like they get paid a living wage, like they get paid like a
Yeah.
salary, and I'm
No,
like,
it actually makes no sense. Like, who came up with that? It's so fucking random because it's like, why? Like, who came up with this?
yeah, it's like
Who
let's
came up with this? Like, Do we know? Like, where did this come from?
Who came up with this?
Who came up with this? It's so fucking random, and it's. I mean, whatever. It's so fucking stupid. It's like instead of the people that own these establishments paying people, they're just having the customers pay them. It's honestly a genius. I mean, it's fucking genius money grab. It's like so shitty, but like it's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, it's like it makes sense from like a business perspective, but it's also like, hello, these are humans and they need money to survive
Yeah,
since we have to pay a shit ton for healthcare and etc. So,
yeah.
okay, yeah, that's my hot
I,
take.
my hot take is that being scared to date girls is like the lamest excuse in the world for like maybe not actually being into women.
Okay, so like testing it out, like kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like not
For
being
the
scared to
people who are
test it
like
out.
oh, I'm into girls, but I'm just too scared to ever go on a date with one, or too scared to ever talk to one, or too scared to kiss one, or like whatever. I'm like, there is that is the worst excuse you could possibly have to not explore women. Say you're scared, but you're not scared of men.
I know.
You're not scared of meeting up with a random man that could literally bludgeon you with his fucking massive meaty fists in a matter of seconds, but you're scared to go on a date with a beautiful, intellectual, talented, kind, caring woman from the internet. I call BS.
You know
I call
what?
BS.
I respect it, but I'm also thinking from a different perspective where it's like, are they scared because they're just like, oh, I'm just scared to like try new things, or is it like I'm scared because of the world like fucking being mean to me?
No, and that's a totally different thing. Like being
Yeah,
like I'm scared because of like the environment I'm in
yeah,
is a completely different ball game.
yeah,
But being like I live in New York City and come from a liberal wealthy family and I'm scared of women.
yeah,
I'm like you sound like an incel. You sound like an incel. Like
yeah. Like,
sack up challenge.
and it's like you're missing out on so many amazing things.
Literally, you're like
Amazing.
living half a life, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You're living a shell of a life
I get
instead.
it. And that I respect that. I believe that too.
Yeah.
Period.
Don't be scared. You got it.
You got it. I
Get 'em,
believe in you.
girl.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of this episode. Susannah, thank you so much for coming on. Girl, you just got back from tour. You're doing the damn thing. So I appreciate you
Yeah.
taking the time to come on here.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Of course. And if you want to drop your socials, let people know where to find you.
Yes, it's Susannah Joffe everywhere. Just search up Joffe. I shall pop up.
She shall. And so for my listeners, I try to post every Wednesday. Okay, I do my best. So I try to post every Wednesday. I have some really cool people coming on. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry making y'all stop the episode real quick to listen to me talk about my sponsors. So I am sponsored by Prozis. It is an online workout website where you can get athletic clothes, you can get high protein food. You can get foods that like aren't high protein but also have like 0 calories and they taste amazing. They have syrups that are no sugar. There's no sugar. They have like dietary pills if you guys are wanting to go down that route. They have toppers like chia seeds. They have protein powder. They have like calcium, zinc, and magnesium tablets that you can take. The clothes are so amazing, top quality. Anyways, everything will be linked. Use code Let's Be Honest 10 for 10% off. So the next sponsor is a cute coffee shop that's actually not opened yet. They are planning on opening at the end of the summer. It is called Brew Babes. Follow them on Instagram, Brew Babes. They will be making mainly coffee, but also some like tea drinks, and they'll be selling some pastries and stuff like that. Y'all are like, Kinley, this just sounds like any other coffee shop in Austin. Let me stop you right there. Brew Babes, keyword babes. There's going to be a bunch of babes that are making your coffee in bathing suits. We love that. So whenever they open, you guys definitely got to go check them out. The location is still up in the air, but definitely follow them on Instagram. Show them love. Of course, I will keep you guys posted on the grand opening, that kind of stuff. Whenever they do open, tell them that Lesbianis podcast sent you. Definitely follow them on Instagram, show them love. And if my sponsors are listening, thank you guys so much for sponsoring my video. I love you guys.